The Endless Golf Podcast, brought to you by Toyota.
And welcome into another edition of the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Joining me today from the Ruth Steakhouse right here in Ocean City, Maryland is General Manager Jill Trent. And Jill, it's great to have you on the podcast.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
First of all, I got to say thank you. You've done a lot of great work at Ruth Chris as a member there. I host a big event there. You've been a pleasure to work with. And I tell you, it's been a great journey to get to Ruth Chris Steakhouse. You grew up on the Eastern Shore and kind of went away for a few years, went to Florida, had a great experience, and then came back. But tell us a little bit about your restaurant journey.
Well, I started in the restaurant business when I was 13 and a half at Don's Seafood in Pocomoke. I started bussing tables and worked there for 10 years. I basically grew up there and thought that maybe I'd just venture outside the, Delmarva and just see what else was out there for me. And moved to Virginia Beach and decided to get into the corporate aspect of the restaurant business and started with Applebee's. And I was there for about 3 years and then moved to West Palm Beach.
Well, what a culture shock that must have been from the Eastern Shore of Maryland to Virginia Beach and then to West Palm Beach. I mean,
it was a gradual.
Right,
it was
right,
gradual.
Right.
But yeah, I was there 16 years and decided to come home. So.
It's kind of funny. You are the general manager of Ruth Chris Steakhouse, but you've taken a new role this year. You're overseeing the restaurant operations right here at the beautiful links at Lighthouse Sound. That's why we're sitting here at Lighthouse Sound. We got a great vibe going on, a little duo playing some music. Folks outside enjoying just a beautiful summer night here in Ocean City. And Jill, I tell you, Ruart Golf has done a tremendous job with all their golf courses, with Ruth Chris Steakhouse and the beautiful links at Lighthouse Sound restaurant. A lot of great events here as well. Weddings. You have a lot of big outings, so it's really a great place to host anything you're looking forward to do.
Oh, it is. It's a beautiful venue. I mean, I honestly say it was just, I've never been gifted a restaurant that was just tied into a beautiful bow. I mean, the view, the staff, it's miraculous. I'm actually very blessed, very blessed.
All right, back to your journey. You get to West Palm Beach and tell us where you worked in West Palm Beach.
I stayed with Applebee's. I was with Applebee's for 26 years.
Wow.
26 years, yes. And actually, when I moved back to the shore, I was with Applebee's. I stayed with Applebee's.
I'll tell you what, you got the corporate experience, I would say, and that really carried over to Ruth Chris because Ruth Chris does a great job. And one of the things that I think Ruth Chris is known for, besides the great food, the service that you get, and that's a huge fact, an important fact about Ruth Chris, your experience when you're dining there. You want great service, and you certainly provide that.
Yes, absolutely. I can say that the staff there is just, Ruth Chris does give a base to anybody that doesn't even have the experience of what the standard is, and the standard there is like, just the minimum standard is the highest standard for most. So it's definitely something, a wow factor that we want all our guests when they leave to just be wowed. So, and we definitely do it there for sure.
And at Ruth Chris Steakhouse, it certainly is a wow when you walk in the building because the building is an old clubhouse. The clubhouse is the old barn, the old stable for the Riddle Farm, which is an amazing place. A lot of horse racing history there. As a horse racing fan, Man of War and War Admiral, two great race horses, two of the greatest of all time. Obviously, War Admiral, a Triple Crown winner. Back when Man of War was around, he didn't win the Triple Crown, but he would have if he could have made the journey. But two great race horses, a lot of great history. They were both trained there. And the old stable is now the clubhouse and the Ruth Chris restaurant.
It's 150 years old. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But historians just absolutely love it. Ruth Chris is known for either the view or a historical site, and we definitely hit the mark on that one for sure.
Certainly a lot of history throughout the golf course and inside the restaurant and clubhouse at the Ruth Chris at One Myrtle Golf Club. And here at Lighthouse Sound, you're beginning a new era too. You've got a new menu that you've kind of threw out this year. I know you're excited about that. You've got a great staff to work with here as well.
Yes, absolutely. With this, it's more so the chef. We have two very talented chefs, and they're just collaborating together to come up with a beautiful menu. And you actually have that freedom to do that collab together where it's just remarkable how they're just coming up with different entrees that I think it's going to liven up and freshen up, just not only the place, but just bring more people in to just see what we're all about now, because we're definitely a lot a lot different, a lot better. We're improving and just keeping it moving. It's
That's
nice.
what it's all about. Well, Jill, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about a gentleman that we both know very well that opened the Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and that's Basil, and how you transitioned in from not only a great Ruth Chris restaurant, but also how well you take care of the members there. So we'll take a quick break, come back right here at the beautiful Links at Lighthouse Sound. So stay with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I love a good adventure, and my friends and family do too. So we all drive Toyotas. Tacomas for my rugged buds, and Corollas for my city crew. And I drive a RAV4 that I take camping, shopping, and basically everywhere else. We all picked our Toyotas because they're reliable and efficient and have amazing resale value, saving us money now and down the road, so we can make every day an adventure. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals and inventory. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Staying with me today is my dear friend from Ruth Chris Steakhouse, the general manager, Jill Trent. And Jill, it's great to have you on. We talked a little bit about your journey back to Ruth Chris, back to the Eastern Shore and to Ruth Chris. And you had a great mentor in Basil Hamlin. He did a tremendous job putting his stamp on Ruth Chris.
Yes, he did. They opened up May 1st of 2006. He opened up the restaurant, and he was there until 2019 when I took over. Definitely thank him every day, because he really did, show me the ropes of fine dining, and he literally gift wrapped that restaurant as well for me. I mean, the staff, most of them are all original people there. They're his people, but now my people. But yeah, he definitely put his stamp on that, and it was some big shoes to fill, let me tell you.
I tell you, whenever I talk about Basil, whenever I see Basil, it just makes me smile, because one of the things about him, he had a great personality, but you could tell that he cared. And in any business that you're in, the fact that if you care about what you're doing, it really resonates, and it really did with me. He really cared about your dining experience. He cared about his employees. He obviously cared about the customers, and I think that's the biggest thing I've taken away from my time with him over the years.
Oh, absolutely, and I believe that just it stumbles down to the staff as well. If you do care about that, then they're going to feel that, and they're going to want to make sure that they carry that on to the guests, and the guests feel that as well.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And when it started in 2006, there wasn't that many golf members at the Glenboro Golf Club. There was more, the outside golf were coming in, enjoying Ruth Chris, but that's changed a little bit over the years, Jill. Certainly since you've taken over in 2019, the boom of golf, the neighborhood has grown over the years, a lot more members, so you kind of have to balance the membership with the general public, and that's kind of a tough job sometimes, because the members, they expect a level of service as well.
Oh, absolutely. I think they expect not only that excellent standard of service that we give, but they're like our family as well, and so we know them by name, You
form relationships?
Absolutely, absolutely. So they do, I think they look for that, because we do form that relationship with them where they know, they can come in, we know what they drink, what they want, we're on first name basis. So for sure, I mean, they do feel that, and I think that's why they're a member there, and they still keep coming back, for sure.
Absolutely, and like the Links at Lighthouse Sound, a great place to host an event. You do a number of golf tournaments at the Glenboro Golf Club as well. Obviously, Ruth Chris provides great service when you do outings there. I know the one that comes to mind first is the member guests. You do a great job with the member guests.
Yes, absolutely, and that's actually coming up. So the staff looks forward to it. It's 3 days of just so much fun. It's long days, but it's fun days. So, we look forward to it because we get to see all the members,
Absolutely. And as a member there, I can say it's been a pleasure working with you. It's just a lot of fun. You do a great job. I never have to worry. If I'm putting an event on there or bringing people over to play golf or in for dinner, I never have to worry about the experience. You know it's going to be top-notch. You do a great job, as well as your staff. And I tell you, you have a great relationship with the golf staff as well. John Good and his staff and your staff kind of go together, and it really makes a difference as well.
Yeah, it's a family. It's definitely a family atmosphere, and hopefully that stems out to our members and our other guests from the public that come in, because it's a very tight-knit family, and we're always willing to extend that out, and branch that out to everybody else.
Well, speaking of family, that's a good segue. We just saw the owner and the man who's really behind it all, and that is Tom Rourke, and along with his daughter Kim. They do a great job. Their leadership is important, and Tom is an idea guy. He's always got some ideas. He always thinks, and I know you guys have a great relationship as well.
I do. I absolutely adore him. I can honestly say, being in the corporate industry for so long, the majority of my life, coming with Tom and Kim and the Ruth family, they are a family. And I didn't realize until I got with them that I missed that. That's a big part that I was missing. And I'm so grateful that this chapter of my life, I get to experience that. So it is.
It's a pleasure to have you here back on the shore and at Ruth Chris, as well as here at Lighthouse Sound. That's a great way to end it. It's great spending time with you, Jill, with the Ruth family. They've been a great partner with me and all the things that I do with golf, because obviously the links at Lighthouse Sound, Rum Point Seaside Golf Links, the two great golf courses at Glen Riddle and Nutter's Crossing in Salisbury, all great golf courses, and you take care of the great food, so it's a perfect partnership.
It actually is.
Jill Trent, General Manager, right here at the beautiful Ruth Chris Steakhouse at Glen Riddle Golf Club and the links at Lighthouse Sound. Thanks for spending some time with me today on the podcast.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
The Endless Golf Podcast has been brought to you by Toyota.